Hey there, I'm Alex from Volley, and I'm here to do a quick demo to show you how quick and easy it is to get up and running with the Volley product. Now, I've been designing websites for the last 10 plus years, and I noticed that every single time I would do that, the same thing would happen. I'd create a beautiful set of designs and hand them off to developers, and the resulting build would always come back needing a few items to be called out in order to get the website looking pixel perfect. Or I'd build a website for a client and they would need a way to give me feedback to get those last few items buttoned up as quickly and easily as possible. So let's take a look at how fast you can get up and running with great website feedback. So for starters, hop into the Volley product. All we have to do is enter this field here, give our project a name, and create the project. That's going to create a workspace where everything that we do and all of our feedback ultimately lives. We can see that here. So once we have our workspace created, now we can install the Chrome extension, which is going to allow us to start capturing or giving feedback on any website we want. And I should mention, this is going to work behind a staging site. It's going to work behind a login if you're QAing some sort of user interface product or dashboard or something like that. It does not matter. Because we're using an extension, it's literally going to work on any page that you can imagine or any page that you can view within a web browser. So first we're going to install the Chrome extension. One click to do that. Once that's installed, pro tip, I'd recommend pinning the extension so it's always available on your Chrome overview and on your Chrome browser bar. That way it's super quick and easy to get up and running with a project. So we've installed the extension. Now we're going to pop over to a website and start capturing feedback. So it's as easy as clicking on the extension. If you're logged into your product, it's going to just fire right up, selecting the project you just created, or you can even create a project right here on the extension and start providing feedback that way. So it kind of works on both sides. So let's create the demo project that we already have going. And just like that, we can start adding feedback to our website. So there's a few different tools that we have access to here in providing our feedback. For one, we can start commenting. This is just a quick, simple comment. So I might want to do a comment like, make this text darker. And that's just going to be a note. I can move the note around wherever I want if I didn't quite place it right the first time. So let's place it right up there. I can also attach files. So maybe with this, I have a mock-up that I've done with the darker text already provided. I can attach that there. You can attach a PDF, you can attach a document, you can attach a screenshot, whatever that looks like, a Figma export, whatever you like there, just to give a little bit more context for how you would like that to look. And then from there, I click Send Note, and that's going to take the note and place it in our workspace for anybody to ultimately view. It's that easy. So simple notes, you can get up and running in about 2 seconds with the project and QA it however you like. So if you want to take it to the next level, you can use some of the other tools here. There's also a draw tool where you can really call certain things out. So maybe I want to circle this. I can point an arrow to it, change to nice. I'm just kind of spitballing here for the demo, but maybe I want to change this wording or something like that. You can even move the things that you've created after the fact if you need to. So this is helpful when you want to provide a little bit more context for the exact element that you're talking about, and you can add the note in that way. Additionally, you can do a video recording. So that's going to come across almost exactly like the recording that you're watching now, where I click Start Recording, I select my microphone input, and I can speak to the actual thing that I would like to have called out. You'll also get a pen tool when you're using the recording tool, so you can do red lines right in line with the recording. That's going to get sent over to your project as a video, which is fantastic. And then you can just use browse mode to browse the website like you normally would, so that way you're not locked into comment. You can also, of course, use hotkeys. You can push C for comment, you can push D for draw mode, V for video mode. That's going as soon as you kind of get up and running with this thing. You can move pretty quickly through these different modes as you're QAing a website. Finally, if you want to look and see how it performs in responsive mode, you can toggle on the responsive mode QA. You can adjust the browser width and height to your liking, and you can start to leave feedback in that capacity as well. So let's switch over to the comment mode. Let's switch over to comment mode and start making a comment on our responsive view. And again, we can adjust the width if we want to QA things like tablets or other viewport widths. And just like we did before, we can add another comment. and it's all going to be sent right over to our Volley workspace. So quick and easy. The tool acts like a Swiss Army knife you can have in your back pocket, pull it open anytime, and start a review. So now let's take a look at how that project actually looks. You can always view the project right from the extension, and that's going to log you right in to the project itself. I've got it pulled up over here. So as soon as I refresh, as you can see, all the notes that I just created are immediately sent to our project for viewing. So I can cycle through the notes. There's my drawing. There's my simple comment placement that we made as the first comment. And you can even see the URLs from where these comments are made. We can also filter down the notes by progress and other things like priority or who the note is assigned to. We can sort the comments, all sort of table stakes things for viewing nice lists like this. And ultimately, either when we're handing this off to developers or we're making the adjustments ourselves, we can resolve the comment, and that's going to remove it from the list. You can always, of course, bring it back by clicking Show Completed to see the completed work that you've done. So it's that simple. I'm going to change the status back to To-Do to talk through some other things. You can always see the details of the browser from where you made the comment. So I can see that was taken on my Chrome browser with this OX and this version. Here's the URL from where the note was made. You can assign notes, so you can add more people to this project and assign tasks to them. That person can then go in, filter it down to their assignments, and see the things and the comments that they need to address. We can set a priority if something is hot and urgent and really needs to be done quickly. You also have the ability to change these to your liking as well. We can upload files, so maybe after the fact I want to attach a document, or maybe there's an SVG that needs to be included. You can, of course, attach as many files as you want, which is great for a developer going through and looking at these notes. They have access to the assets and even a reference for how that design might look. Of course, you can write replies, inline comments. You can actually mention other people in the project, and they will get a ping in an email. If you've used Slack or any sort of other messaging tool, it's going to work just like that. And you can create attachments on your comments as well. So nice inline commenting component for the project. So basically, again, table stakes stuff for what you might want to do when creating these sort of to-do tickets. I can export the feedback if I want. Sometimes it's just easier to go do a QA, export the feedback to a PDF, and send that out to your client or to your developers if you don't want to have them necessarily have to hop into the project. Or I can even send these things to industry-leading tools like Trello and Jira, where it's automatically going to create those as tickets. So that's fun to play around with. Give that a try if you haven't. So next, there's another view here. We can look at this in our inbox view, which works somewhat like emails, paging through these different topics here. Or we can change the view to our board view. This is going to look like if you've ever used Trello or something similar, you're actually going to be able to move these items over to the different priorities that they may have and actually create a workflow for them to ultimately get them to that completed state where our website is pixel perfect. And I can even see the context from that note that was taken there. So that's quite handy if that's how you prefer to work from a workflow perspective. So moving on, we're going to switch back to our inbox view here. Let's look at some of the awesome settings that we have at your disposal. So we're going to come back to that one. So we've got our integrations here. Again, you can integrate with Jira, Trello, and Slack to send those notes automatically to those different platforms. And then, like I mentioned earlier, you can create your own workflow statuses here. So those swim lanes that we looked at in the board view, or the different statuses that you might check on those notes, you can create whichever ones you want and even give the quote-unquote resolve status whatever name that you would like it to have. You can add more statuses or remove statuses, and every project is going to have that available. So quite a few different things we can do within our workspace. Very exciting, makes it quick and easy to do your QA. And what's nice about the screenshots versus something like an iframe, it's going to take it one for one. Everybody's going to be on the exact same page. And again, you can literally get up and running QAing any page. You don't have to fumble through logins or things like that. It's just going to work out of the box quickly and easily. So that works great for QAing something and say handing it off to developers. You can have clients go in, install the extension, and start performing QAs that way. It's actually quite easy, and a lot of clients do like doing that. You just need to share the project with them, give them an account, and they can do that. I should mention too, we can share our project with anybody, so we can add as many people as we like into our Volley project. They'll get an invite, they'll be able to see the project on their dashboard, and ultimately work through the notes, or create reviews, just like we already saw. The other way we might want to work with Volley is through what we call an embeddable widget. So popping back over to our settings here, if you look at the widget tab, we do offer for every project that you'll create a super simple feedback widget. The idea here is you install a very simple script right on your web page or pages. A lot of products let you do that throughout all the pages on the site. And that's going to create a feedback widget right there on the site. And we have some nice settings here where you can make that only available to team members. So if you're logged into the Volley product, you're going to see it. If you're not, maybe for external people viewing the site, they would never see the widget. That's really handy. And you can ultimately remove the branding and add your agency logo or your product logo, whatever you like, right there to the widget itself. You can even change the button color of the widget to your liking, which is quite handy. You can change the position of the widget, and ultimately even the button text. You might have some contextual reason, hey client, this is the button you'd like to click to leave the feedback. Whatever that looks like, you have the ability to do it. So we'll go ahead and save our changes here. At that point, I've already got that widget installed on this product, so let's get rid of the extension here. And as you can see, I've got my feedback widget. Now what's great about this is in certain contexts, let's say you want to hand this off to a client to start reviewing work you've done. Maybe you're the developer of the website and you want them to be able to make comments quickly. They don't need to sign up for anything. They don't need to download any sort of extension. They can literally just go where you've told them to go, the leave feedback widget, they click this and they'll have access to the widget just like that. They're going to come through as an anonymous reporter and you'll get to see all their great feedback. Now, if they do choose to sign up for Volley, maybe you share the project with them, which is a totally viable way to do this, then they can log in and they'll have some extra things like they'll actually be able to view the project themselves and go in and interact that way. So a number of ways to either create feedback yourself or collect feedback from others. It's just so easy, whether you're using the widget or the extension. And that's how we've designed it. Been in the game for 10 years, like I mentioned earlier, so understand how frictionless these tools need to be in order for them to be effective for your own workflow. So again, with the embeddable widget, it's going to function just like the extension, where I can add comments, I can draw, and again, no extension required here. This is just all embedded right on the web page, and I can use it just like we saw earlier, even videos. And we've also got our browse mode. Attachments, all that good stuff is available right at your fingertips. So that's a quick demo for how quick it is to get in there, start creating feedback, adding comments, doing notes, getting your websites pixel perfect so that whatever's handed off to us, we can quickly review in task-based motion, update those tasks, and everything is good to go. And I gotta say, developers just love this workflow as soon as you introduce this to them, because it's great for them just to be able to go through on something they've already provided and given you and just work through these tasks one by one, ultimately check them off, and that's how we make our stuff look fantastic. The other thing I should mention is Volley also offers the opportunity and ability to create a team. So you can create a new team space where you can invite members into your team. Any member in your team is going to have access to all the projects within that team. They can create new projects and the like. And so team workspaces are just great for segmenting out. You can almost think of them as folders or different ways that you might want to arrange your feedback, or maybe specific teams like a mobile team or a specific department type of team can have their own workspace with their own QAs. So again, quick and easy demo for how it works to get up and running in Volley. And we will leave it at that. Thanks so much.